loves, what's up? I am getting ready today. I've got to take my kids to the doctor, and I thought it would be fun to just do a get ready with me. I thought I would show you. I've had several of you guys ask me how I do my curls with my flat iron. So today was wash day for me, and I thought, why not just go ahead and show you guys that. So I'm going to do my hair and makeup in this video. If you like all things beauty, hair, makeup, all that girly stuff, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see how I go from this to this, then just keep on watching. So the first thing I do, I've got out of the shower. I have my hair in one of these like turby twist things. I've put my skincare on, so I haven't done anything to my hair yet, so I'm going to walk you guys through what I do to my hair. I dry it, and then we'll style and do makeup to change up my products. But the things I've been loving most recently is when I first get out of the shower, before I even brush through my hair, I spray this Eva NYC Mane Magic 10-in-1 primer all over my hair, and then I brush it through, and it just really helps to detangle. And it's also a heat protector. It says it reduces frizz, and I really believe that, because since I've started using this stuff, can literally style my hair one time and go about 3 to 4 days without even having to brush my hair. I know that sounds drastic, but I don't like to wash my hair very often. I style my hair, it does last pretty well, and I think this plays a big part in that. I used to have to kind of straighten every day just to kind of take care of the frizz, and since I've started using this, I don't have to do this. If your hair is a little bit greasier than mine, you may want to focus on spraying it more towards the ends, but my hair is really dry and my scalp is really dry, so I just kind of spray it all over. And then I take my handy dandy wet brush. This is very old. I've had it for years and I love it. I've never found a better brush than this for brushing out my tangly hair. My hair is very fine. I do have a lot of hair, but it is very fine, so it gets pretty tangly, and this brushes right through my hair without hurting. After I get my hair brushed out, I like to go in with this Olaplex No. 6 Bond Smoother. This is like a leave-in treatment, and I just kind of put that on my ends. And I just kind of run that through my ends. And then I like to go in and brush that through. Now let's dry. When I get my hair about 80% dry, I will section it off like this. I'll do a top section and a bottom section, and then I just take my wet brush and I'm going to start drying my hair and combing this through, just to kind of take care of some of the frizz. My hair is pretty wavy. On days where I'm going to curl my hair with a flat iron and I want it to be kind of sleek, I do this. Okay guys, so hair is dry. You can see I did dry my hair upside down. I always do that because I feel like it gives it a little more body. My hair is very heavy, so if I don't dry it upside down, it really wants to lay flat against my head. But you can see that got most of the wave out. Still a little bit frizzy, but the flat iron's going to take care of that. You can see around my face I kind of still have some curls, but I'm just going to brush it all through. And let's go turn on our flat iron. I have several straighteners, but the one I like to use when I make my curls is this Paul Mitchell's Pro Tools Express Iron Smooth. And this is about a 1 inch, I believe. You can adjust the temperature on this one, and I like to keep the temperature anywhere from 380 to 400 for my hair. Now, you want to kind of plan accordingly based on your hair type. I find that when I go with 400, my curls will last a lot longer, so I don't have to touch them up through the week as much as I would if I kept it on a lower heat setting. But I know a lower heat setting is probably better for my hair, so I don't know. You kind of got to make that decision for yourself. But for today, I'm going to put it on 400. I'm going to let it heat up, and I've already parted my hair just how I want it. I prefer a side part. Things I need for this is just a clip and a scrunchie because I always section my hair off. It's very thick. Now I already sprayed that Eva NYC detangler in it, and that had a heat protectant in it, so I'm not going to spray an extra heat protectant. I usually end up doing this in about 3 layers, but to start, I'm just going to take most of the top, just clip it up on top of my head so that I've left kind of a thin layer at the bottom. I'm going to go around and straighten all my little curly cues around my face to start with. Okay, so I'm definitely not a hair pro. I do good to do this. If you know of a better way to do this, please leave me a comment down below. I'm sure there's probably a better way. I struggled with using a flat iron to make curls forever until my hairstylist finally kind of gave me some tips, and this has been years ago, but one thing that she told me that really helped me was to always make sure that my cord is pointed straight down. After she told me that trick, it just kind of clicked with me, and it made curling my hair with a flat iron a lot easier for me. So if you're struggling, maybe that'll help you, but you can kind of see what I do. So I'll just take a section, okay, not a very big section at all, and I'm going to just start running my straightener about halfway down. Once I get about halfway down, I'm going to turn my straightener a full turn and then just kind of pull it through. Okay, now I like pretty loose curls, so you can see what type of curl that gives me. So I'll show you guys again. Overlook my self-tanner. I self-tanned last night and I did not do a very good job on my ends. Okay, so go about halfway, start turning your flat iron, and then just pull it on through. Okay. Now I definitely do still miss strips here and there, so if you need to go over a piece, the longer your hair gets, or for me anyways, the longer my hair gets, the harder it is to curl with a flat iron just because it gets tangled easier. But if you're better at doing hair, you might not have a problem with that. I'm just not very good at fixing hair. So if I can do this, anyone can. So after I get a section done, I just take my scrunchie and I just kind of lightly section that off. If you have thinner hair, you might not have to do this, but if I don't, I just end up curling the same hairs over and over. If you guys can't already tell, I always do this side a lot better because I'm right-handed and I struggle with using my left hand. So I've always just really kind of struggled to use a curling iron. I like curling irons, but I feel like They just don't hold my curl as good. But I have really been interested in those T3 curling irons. Does anybody have one of those? And if you do, are they worth the extra money? Like, I don't know. Do you guys think I need one? After I get my whole head curled, this is kind of what I'm left with. So you guys can kind of see my curls there, hopefully. Then I like to go in with a little bit of light hold hairspray. My favorite one is the Eva Air Control, but I'm currently out of that one, so I've just been using this OGX Smoothing and Shea Sleek Humidity Blocking Hairspray. It's okay, but the Eva Air Control is my favorite. So I'm just going to kind of spray those. I'm not really going to separate them with my fingers just yet. You guys can see this is kind of the look I'm going for. Now, what I'll do is I'll let myself cool down a little bit, then I'll go in and do my makeup, and then after my makeup is done, I'll go in, and if I need to touch up any curls that maybe I missed or that didn't do as well, I'll do that. Let's cool down just a little bit, and then we'll come back and do some makeup. I think you guys are gonna like this makeup look because I'm gonna be using all very affordable makeup. I'm talking like $5 and under. So if you're interested, just keep watching. So I've got my headband in, got my hair off my face. Let's get into this makeup. This is all very affordable stuff. I have either got all of this stuff from Walmart, the Dollar General, or Marshalls / TJ Maxx. A lot of it you can get it all at Ulta as well. First thing, I'm trying to keep it $5 and under, okay? So the very first thing I'm going to use is primer. Now I already have all my skincare on, and I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. Jelly Pop Dew Primer. You can find this right now at TJ Maxx and Marshalls for $4. This is literally one of my favorite primers ever. So I'm going to go in with that. It is a gripping primer, but it also kind of gives your face like a very shiny look. It makes it look dewy, and it really shows through under your makeup. And I love it because it makes your makeup last all day. I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator. This stuff, if you have not tried this, it's awesome. It's like $5. The shade range is not great. When I'm not self-tan, I usually have to mix the fair and the light. But I did do a little bit of self-tanner last night, so I'm just going to try the light today. This is awesome. It has hyaluronic acid in it. It has squalene. And it's just, it has very good coverage. It's very shocking. Sorry if y'all hear my crazy children in the background. Those of you with children, I'm sure you understand. I have 3 boys, y'all, so they're wild. I just kind of spread that around a little bit with my finger. Then I'm going to go in with a damp sponge to buff this out. Just using my Real Technique sponge. This foundation combined with that primer is very dewy. So if you don't like it quite as dewy, you might want to use a different primer. I just love this combo. And it will dry down a little bit, but You can see it's very pretty. So a very light coverage, which for spring and summer, that's what I like. For concealer, I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild Mega Last Incognito. This is a little bit light for me. I have mine in the shade Fair, but we're going to try to make it work. So I'm just going to use a little. Kind of brighten up my under eye. Concealer brush that I love. Also very affordable. I'm going to take my sponge and just kind of go over it and smooth it out. Make sure I've not left any excess product. I find that going in with a brush first and just kind of tapping it in and then going in with your sponge, I don't know, I feel like it just gives you a little bit better coverage than if you go straight in with your sponge. Because if you do that, it kind of soaks up a little bit of your product more than if you'll kind of tap it in with a brush first. But just a little technique there. Brows, we're going to do the e.l.f. Instant Brow Lift Pencil. And I have mine in the shade Deep Brown. So it has a spoolie on one side. Big, nice, fluffy spoolie that I really like. So I'm just going to brush through these crazy brows. Now, my brows definitely need some trimming and grooming right now, but who's got time for that? Not me. Okay, this is a chunkier brow pencil, but it is nice. It's kind of waxy, so it doesn't, it's like the perfect balance between waxy and creamy. So I don't like a super creamy brow pencil, one that will like cause you to have Elvira brows, but this one has a nice balance between creaminess and waxiness to where you can kind of get in there and not be super careful with it, but yet still looks good. So looking pretty good on that side. Now let's go in on this side. Anybody else like me and feel like that you've really just had a complete turnaround in the way you buy makeup? I don't know. When I was younger, I just felt like that everything had to be expensive for it to be high quality, and I don't know. I don't know if makeup has just got better over the years or if I've just changed my thinking, but I'm really loving drugstore makeup almost better than high-end makeup right now. I mean, I still like a good high-end product, and there are lots of them that I will spend a little bit extra on, but I don't know. I just feel like the drugstore brands have really stepped up their makeup game. Do you guys feel that way, or am I just crazy? Next, for bronzer, or for contour, I should say, I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. So I have mine in the shade Tan Lines. I believe this is their lightest one, but I'm just taking my e.l.f. Putty Primer Applicator and just kind of dabbing it in. I've really been liking this stuff. And I'm just going to kind of lightly contour with that. I just kind of stipple that and like tap it into my skin. I don't really drag it because I don't want it to move my foundation around a lot. Kind of go back over it to make sure I don't have any like crazy looking spots. I'll be right back. My son's waking up from his nap, so I gotta go get him. Talk about bedhead. Look at this guy. Whoa. Ford, you need a hairbrush. Back to the makeup. You guys know I'm not a huge powder fan because I have dry skin, but I have really been loving this Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powder. It does not make your skin dry and crusty. I don't know. I just normally don't like powder, but I have been using this to kind of set my under eye and kind of along my jawline, and I have just been loving it. So I just take my damp sponge and tap a little bit into the lid, and then I've just been putting a little bit under my eyes just because it has been warming up here and I've been getting kind of sweaty during the day more, and I feel like this helps my makeup to last a little bit longer. You guys can see, I feel like this just kind of brightens without making me look super matte. put a little bit down here just to kind of brighten up my jawline a little bit. I have to just take a fluffy brush and just kind of buff that out a little bit. Make sure I don't have any cakey powder on me. Okay, y'all, the Believe Beauty cream blushes, these little ones in the pots right here, I have mine in the shade Doll Face. These are so good. They are so pigmented. So I'm just going to take kind of an angled brush here. This is just like a random brush that I think I got in an Ipsy box one time. But you can use any kind of brush that you like. And I'm just going to kind of dab it here. I'm going to dab it on my hand first because, gosh, guys, look how pigmented that is. I mean, it is crazy. So I'm going to dab a little bit of it on my hand first so that I don't get a ton on my face. And then look at this, guys. Do you see how pretty that is? This is like a very pretty baby doll pink. It just blends out so pretty. I really like it. Whew, pretty. I kind of tone it down a little bit with my sponge because it is very pigmented. Look how pretty that is. Love it. Then I add a little bit of highlight. This is one of the e.l.f. Bite Size Duos. This is the watermelon shade. Not only is this blush gorgeous, but the highlight on it, it looks like it wouldn't be much. I mean, it looks pretty pink. But guys, when you blend this in, oh my goodness, it is gorgeous. Do you guys see that? It just is so pretty. Look at that. Take it down the nose a little bit with a Cupid's bow. Ooh, so pretty. I have my base how I want it, so I'm going to go in with a setting spray. And you guys know I love the Milani Make It Last setting spray, and I found this one at Marshall's the other day for $3.99. This was one from, I guess, one of their collections that they had in the past. It's called the Fruit Fetish Make It Last. And it says Dragon Fruit Peach Scented Setting Spray. It's a very light scent though, so it's not overpowering, and it works just as good as the original. It just has a little bit of a scent to it. So under $5, check out your Marshalls. See if you can find you one of these. I take my damp sponge and just kind of pat that in. It's really going to help your makeup last. Shadows, let's go in with this Wet n Wild Color Icon palette. This is one of the 10-pan palettes, and this is in the shade Nude Awakening. Look how pretty. This palette has all the colors you need for a full look. If I'm in a hurry or if I'm getting ready at school or something, I will throw this one in my bag because I know this is the only palette I need to make a full look. So I'm just going to start out by kind of setting. Ooh, I forgot my eye primer, y'all. Crazy. Okay, I'm going to use my Believe Beauty eye primer. This one is really good. It's just as good as any other eye primer I've ever tried. My kids are in there playing with slime. Girls, kids love slime. I hate slime. Like, it grosses me out. I hate it, but my kids love it, so I'll let them play with it occasionally. Now that I have my primer on, I'm going to go in with this lightest shade. It's just a matte, kind of a nude shade. And I'm just going to set that primer. So I'm just going to kind of go over that so that my shadows are not going to look patchy. These Wet n Wild shadows are very pigmented. I think a 10-pound palette is like $5. Now I'm going to go in with this little bit deeper shade. It kind of looks like a taupe. But I'm just going to kind of put that in the crease. Here's my transition shade. I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to rub it in this kind of like a shimmery brown shade. You can see it's very pigmented, and I just find that it's easier to use my finger for these top shades. So I'm just going to pat that all over the lid. Then to deepen up this look, I'm going to take a smaller crease brush and I'm going to take some of this deeper brown shade and I'm going to kind of run that on the outer edge in kind of a V shape. In case y'all are wondering, this is actually what it sounds like in the background while I'm doing videos. I just usually try to cut that part out, but this is real life, y'all. For eyeliner, I'm going to use this Wet n Wild Breakup Proof liquid liner. This is a brush tip, and I really like it. It's very black and very easy to apply. Okay, pretty good. For mascara, I am going to use this LA Colors Biggie Lash. This is from the Dollar General, and it's a pretty decent mascara. I'll show you the brush. It's just kind of like a traditional brush. It's pretty big though, so you kind of got to be a little bit careful if you're like me, or you'll have it everywhere. But it does pretty good. It's one of those that looks good after one coat. So if you're in a hurry, you really can just do one coat and go. So that's after one coat. It looks pretty good. One coat, oh, looking good. I have been loving this Covergirl Clean Fresh Tinted Lip Balm. I have mine in the shade You're the Palm, and it is just like the prettiest red. But it's kind of like a sheer red. So if you're like me and you don't want to wear like a full-on red lipstick all the time, but yet you like some coverage, this is perfect because it's got that balmy feel. It's got the red color, but it's pretty sheer, so it feels like a chapstick or a lip balm. So I'm going to take the headband out, and just because I've been kind of sweaty, it kind of creased my hair a little bit, so I'm just going to kind of go in and fix that really quick. So I'm just taking my straightener and fixing that. And I'm going to take some hair oil, and I've just been using this VERB Ghost Oil. I just had a little sample of it, and I do really like it. I may buy a full size after I'm done with this, but I'm going to take some hair oil and just kind of run that through the ends of my hair, just so that it won't look so dry. Sorry, y'all. Mom life right here. If you like for your curls to be tight, then you might want to skip this last step because this does kind of loosen up your curls a little bit. I'm just kind of really getting that into my ends because I don't want my ends to look dry. But yeah, this is kind of the final results. All my makeup was $5 or under. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you've not already done so. And I'll see you guys next time.